Has anyone heard of timeout dolls before?
Guys, I'm babysitting and I just found the creepiest thing. Look at this. What is that? Oh my god. No, but what is it? It's so creepy. It's freaking me out. Is this real hair? Oh my god. And look. Guys, I just came in to make dinner and look what I found. Another one. Oh my gosh. It's a boy this time. Oh my god. Why would you, look at that. Why would anyone have this in their house? Honestly, it's the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god, it has another bell. Oh my god. Guys, guess who I am? The light started going insane. Let me show you. Okay, wait for it because it was literally just happening a second ago. Max? Better not be out of bed. Okay, I think I'm just gonna get him and go because this is really freaking me out.
Creepy Photos with Disturbing Backstories, Part 1. Anatoly Moskvin was a doll collector, but not the kind of doll collector we might know today with Barbies or other tchotchkes. Instead, Anatoly took children's remains from cemeteries, dug them up, brought them home, carefully notating their birthday and names on his walls, then would cover them with makeup and clothes that he found at Goodwill stores or on the streets. He would keep them in his apartment alongside the parents that lived with him there, blissfully unaware that they were living among the remains of dozens of children. What makes this picture all the more disturbing is that I have an accompanying video to show you, a video showcasing Anatoly's apartment as investigators found it. Keep a watchful eye, you'll see dozens of dolls lining the walls and on the floor, all of which aren't dolls at all but mummified human remains. Viewer discretion is advised.
Из трубку кукол. То есть длинный там, да? Да. Там все девушки, да? Ну, как правило. Одежда, много кладбища, губы. Замечательные съемки. Это чуть-чуть. Вот, садись. Ноги. Да.
A final disturbing note, that when Anatoly was confronted by the parents as to why he did what he did, he told them, "You left your children out in the cold. I simply brought them in to warm them up." More videos like this on my Twitch channel and here on my TikTok. Appreciate you dropping by. Stay tuned for more.
It's not my fault that you're lonely. I know you feel like having conversations, but please don't put that shit on me. No, this happy hour don't need complications. I'm doing great, I'm feeling fine. Don't need your worries on my mind.
his evil doll. So in the early 1900s, Jean Dulac was one of the most famous ventriloquists in all of vaudeville. His doll not only looked like it was speaking on its own, but it appeared to move on its own and also had a voice completely different from Jean's. This confused a lot of his fans, but they mostly chalked it up to his talent. But others felt there was something slightly sinister about the doll. Reports said the doll was sometimes caught speaking even when it wasn't on Jean's hand. Missy Waters, a vaudevillian dancer and Jean's lover, claimed that one night she walked into Jean's room to find the doll off of his hand and Jean on the other side of the room curled up in a ball crying. She said a voice was coming from the doll speaking Latin, and it clearly was not Jean. The more Jean used the doll, the sicker he got too, and within a few years of his success, he was on his deathbed. And apparently right before he died, he asked to make a call to Missy. According to her, on that phone call, Jean said it was the devil inside of the doll. He said that he had bought the doll off a man traveling through town with the understanding that if he let the devil live inside the doll, he would have all the fame and fortune he desired. His last words were, "Do not let anyone have this doll after I die." The whereabouts of the doll are currently unknown.
I can't believe I'm doing this, but this is the story of RTD, and I will not be saying his name. This is his name, and before I get into it, thank you, Robert, for letting me tell your story. But this is the story of one of the creepiest haunted dolls ever. I'm going to be going over it in very brief detail, so if you want all the details, listen to episode 145 of my podcast. In 1904, this little boy, Robert Eugene or Gene Otto, got a present from his grandfather. Gene was really excited because this was a life-size doll and he loved it and he played with it all the time, took it everywhere with him, and was having a really good time with it. This was the doll and he named it Robert. But then Gene's grandparents started noticing some very creepy things happening around their house, including the bedroom door to Gene's room being tilted open in the middle of the night and them hearing two voices having a full-on conversation. They would also hear giggles coming from Gene's room when Gene wasn't home. And one time they heard a very loud crash, and when they went in Gene's room, everything was turned upside down and RTD was just sitting on the edge of the bed. Okay, so all of that happened, and then RTD went to a museum in Florida, and things got weirder. Weird things would happen in the museum, lights would flicker, visitors would slip and fall, but the most creepy thing is that anybody who would disrespect Robert while visiting the museum reported after their visit having experiences like illness, job losses, and other just really bad things. So as you can see back here, there's a whole bunch of letters because people who disrespected him while visiting the museum wrote him letters asking him to forgive them. One of the weirdest experiences was somebody who visited this museum and recorded their whole time walking through the museum, but when they got to RTD, their recording just stopped. And then when they walked away from it, it was working again. And they could not figure out why. There was no camera malfunction, no reason for that to happen. But RTD just wants his respect, he wants his privacy, people bring him candy, things that he enjoys, and I just want to say thank you, Robert, for letting me tell your story, and you are amazing. I can't believe I'm actually telling this story, but here's to spooky season.